I'm ill, guys. I'm really ill.
And I don't have a choice, so I apologize for my voice. But today I'd like to talk about the Star Stable drama recently and everything that's been going on, really, especially with the new event or the new post on Instagram that they made, because that's where most of the drama really happened. I wouldn't personally call it drama. I would just call it
Something.
Because it is, after all, pixels. It's just pixels, you know, it's a game. If you're interested, you can put this video in the background somewhere whilst I rant about the pixel horses and what's been going on recently. A lot of creators have been actually doing this, and I just like to put in my opinion, my voice, so I hope you enjoy. I've been noticing that a lot of people have been asking for change, but are really not okay with the change when it happens. A lot of people have been telling Star Stable to, listen to their audience. So on Wednesday's update, Star Stable released a post about 2 horses that were now in game, and people went
wild.
There was a diversity of comments going from chill and understanding to supportive to very angry to mild. Comments like, is this a joke? Do you call this event? Just add new clothes and horses, is that all? Last time you released the gameplay for 5 minutes, I went so fast I didn't even notice and thought there would be more assignments next week, but you didn't add anything at all. Do you really think buying things and horses is an interesting occupation? This comment can be related as pretty negative towards SSO, and to be honest, it speaks truth in a negative tone, but it speaks truth. Because Star Stable recently, as we all know, they removed Cloud Kingdom. They removed the whole festival, and instead they added whatever they added on Wednesday, which was simply a new disco that was added a week ago, and the horses or outfits or a beach. So understandably, a lot of people are obviously going to be not happy with Star Stable. However, most audiences in no matter which community, most of the times don't actually realize the whole thing. Star Stable did say that they will remove Cloud Kingdom because most players wanted something new. As always, they obviously don't actually listen, which is something that I agree with. A couple years ago, they did listen. They actually did do stuff, but as the game developers changed, the community changes, it all changed. They did say that there won't be an event this year for the festival what Cloud Kingdom should have been, which to still keep something going, they did add a few horses, well, 2 to be exact, and some rainbows, which people are still mad about. There's comments like, just buying stuff ain't an event. It's weird because the fact that the event is based on pride and made to also celebrate LGBT people and the community, you made it capitalistic. Which is such a strong thing to say. Like every other corporation when it's Pride Month, and just make it rainbow. I loved the horses and couldn't wait to get them. Now I'm not really for that because it feels so wrong. Cloud Kingdom was definitely a great thing for Pride, and Star Stable did it amazingly. They performed it amazingly, and they really did stand out from the rest of the corporations. Now obviously they're not doing so well. With the inflation, Star Stable as a company isn't doing so well overall either. So they've been putting up prices as well. Like star coins, which recently I've been shocked about. When I was growing up, because I grew up with Star Stable, like years back, the prices for star coins, like the 5,000, £30, because I live in England, it was £30 at most. When they did go up, it was 39 or 35. I can't seem to remember. Now 5,000 star coins will cost you around £45, which seems not that big of a jump, but considering that most of the player base is children, they don't have a job, they ask money from their parents, it is a big jump. I do understand Star Stable's point of view as well. I understand why they're doing this. Their profits haven't been that well either. However, there are people and comments such as, just buying stuff, wow, what an event, and not even an ETA on the wardrobe/inventory update that was teased weeks ago. Knowing how not so well the game is doing, you guys shouldn't have had your heads in the clouds and listened to your player base all along. Exactly, they've got themselves into debt. Star Stable did promise a lot of things. It's unkept promises that they've teased. I've known Star Stable's not somebody for
clickbait,
but they didn't come. None of it was, accomplished. Or like the drama that happened during Christmas. Personally, I wasn't on during Christmas because I was having so much in real life. I wasn't playing Star Stable at all. It didn't affect me personally, but I do know how upset the player base was that they didn't get the Star Coins code. They did, in the end of it, get a Star Coin code with a Yeti. Some weird Yeti. The way the game changing, a lot of players are really, really unhappy about it. I understand teasers because they don't have a specific day and they don't really promise anything. But if you are going to say that you're going to do something,
just do it.
Now, Star Stable does have a policy of weekly updates on Wednesdays, and a lot of players seem to think that if Star Stable would have just worked on better updates over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks instead of updating every week, that would be so much better. But that will go against the policies and they'll have to change so much, especially to the new players, that they did promise to have weekly updates. That's just a part of their game and I don't think that will change at all. Although, to the second part of that comment, I have to agree so much. Obviously, players should have a way better way of going with this. If Star Stable would have made the prices lower, for example, for the Star Coins, I would have been buying them for so long. It is crazy expensive for a game like this, when you could actually buy Red Dead Redemption 2 for a similar price and get so much of better graphics and overall experience, even though it isn't a horse-based game. I love Star Stable. I've been playing it for a long time. I do think that people, considering myself as well, would spend more time in the game and more money into the game like I used to. They're making the prices higher because they need the
money,
but they're getting less people buying it, so it makes more sense if they made the prices back to normal. More people would buy it, meaning they'd still get more money. Now, all of these comments that I'm reading are actually just from one post that they did, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. There are also players such as these who are just simply saying that they're disappointed. I'm a level 25 player and I was waiting so hard for summer so that I could finally do tasks and have something to do for myself. I don't have much motivation for the game anymore when there were no new tasks or events, and I'm really disappointed when I can't get to Cloud Kingdom again. We don't just want to buy new horses or pets, we want experiences and memories. So much agreement on that. Star Stable is so nostalgic to me. I had my first wedding in there with my friends. I made some really good friends with her that I still talk to this day. Please, dear SSO, summer is usually full of events. Even the Starshine Summer Camp event ended at the war, and it didn't bother me so much when I thought the Cloud Kingdom event was starting. But there is no events with tasks and memories. I miss old SSL. Bringing it back to missing the old game, there are tons of comments like that flooding the post, like this one, or this one asking for scary storylines and quests which make the game so much interesting. There's players from 2011 or even earlier than that still stuck with the game, loyal, but are on the verge of leaving. Of course, it wouldn't be a Star Stable post without somebody asking for a boycott. Like this player here saying apparently the developers have no consciousness. Another update without a single quest, and what is this event? Donations of clothes and horses? Are you serious? This is disrespectful to the CCO audience. Time to band together and boycott. This is getting out of hand. Now, players have been trying to boycott Star Stable for ages, as much as I remember from Christmas, and it's been kind of an ups and downs era, and on every post people are trying to boycott, and there's a bunch of agree, hashtag shame. I feel like boycotting Star Stable really depends on how you do it and how many. It's really hard to get people to actually cooperate with you and team up or whatever, but big corporations like this, that's really the only option. It's not a great option, it's terrible really, because Star Stable could just not go with it and simply shut down the game, if we're being really honest. But with big corporations, it is usually the only option to get to the CEO or the higher ups, because the game developers, which people come at most of the time, they can't really do much, or the social media, which are for the posts, they can reach up, but they don't have much of a voice anyways. They don't have control of what the game is and the prices and etc. The higher ups only notice things when they can't check boxes, when they have some sort of financial difference. Then they only notice things and start changing things. Boycotting big companies usually gets people what they want, but it needs to be done so carefully, and I don't think it is the best option at the moment. Contrasting, however, to a lot of these negative comments, there are people who are actually angrily supporting the game. Like, stop with this boycott nonsense. You players are ruining the game, not Star Stable. You are making sure the game disappears. You should support Star Stable, find another game. Shame on all of you who criticize it. Critics, it's something that can help improve, and if the community obviously doesn't listen, then there's nothing that can be improved. In the player base, there's no middle. There's nothing to not agree on and agree on something at the same time. There's people that split only into two parts, people that hate the game and people that love the game, and they will go up to everything to prove their point. In my opinion, it's pixels.
It's pixels.
Simply a pixel game. People can be overreacting a lot. Players should support the game whilst also criticizing it, because Star Stable actually replies to nicer comments, to positivity more often. It is automated messages, it is robotic, it is probably not actually the social media team, it's copy and paste. It's still something. If you're nice about it and you voice your opinion, there is a way higher chance that you will be heard. However, there is absolutely no reason to be angry at the social media or the game developers, because they're not in charge of how the game is or the prices. So I would say just enjoy the game, enjoy the nostalgia, enjoy what you can, and don't be rude, because that will get you absolutely nowhere. It's very hard to get everything into one video, so if you are interested in hearing more and a way detailed version of what's been going on, then let me know and I will make a part 2. Thank you so much for watching. This was a unusual version of content for me, because I am focused on a lot of roleplays and I don't really film serious videos. It's all fun and games, it's Star Stable, it's fun in games. As well as, I also want to apologize again for my voice. I am ill. Hope it was still calming. And I love you so much. If you watch this till the end, all the support matters, as I said, for YouTube to actually notice my content. So hit that subscribe button, that like, and comment down below what you want to see next. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time.